I'll share with you some. I communicate through my heart and my soul to you, and I realize the amount of energy that is represented by that will never be able to sound compress, buffer, and then you be able to experience how much energy that actually is by what is known. That's called self-knowing. Okay, I'm the one. I know what I am. I'm a one. So I give love to all creation. All creation spheres are experiencing what love is, because that's what I am. It goes on forever, gifting electrons, flooding electrons. As a matter of fact, the intensity of the fire is so hot that we acknowledge, because we self know that that much fire that is represented by that much light, which is that much energy. Okay, you realize that if I just lit all that to experience that, it would be, everything would just completely just be incinerated here, as if the next thing you're experiencing is so vast because of how much that is out there that is so vast that is held within all that energy, right? So that's what made it difficult to use this language. The English language is impossible to use as a method of communicating that much energy. So that's why you have the symbol of the one, a circle with a single dot. That is a multiversal symbol. It starts at the center point. So when your heart and soul is at the center point, you are at the center from which it all began. It didn't start before you or me when we are experiencing the one. And that's one code, which is God code, which is God's seed, which is God's speed vibration. So if you're experiencing a God in you, then you know your creator. That means you have a very deep and personal relationship with your creator that created you out of what love is, because that's what I am. It's the energy that I use to create things with, which means it's made out of the same energy I am, which is what love is. So you can't fool that energy when you're running that hot of an engine. Okay? It means we can burn through all the lines of communication to bring the light in there, and now people are experiencing more of what the truth is. And when people are experiencing what the truth is, it means they can trust you. You're not hiding shit. Putting one thing in one compartment and then putting something in another compartment, you don't know that they're associated through neurons, but in that other compartment, little did you realize those neurons are coming together to squash yours, because you don't know what they're doing. But there's a flip side to that, isn't there? I implicitly trust what it is that I am, that I know what I am, because I am what love is. It goes on forever. That means it doesn't matter what they're doing, because when they're doing things like that, they're doing that to themselves. They're not doing that to me. I'm the one. Which means it began with us. The single point from which that crystal shield will naturally protect itself and become hard so that it cannot be penetrated. Because the amount of fire that is represented by the intensity of what that is, the only way that you could ever experience what that is to be what that is. And that is to be what love is in energy that is so powerful, because it is our spirit that is in that fire. So you're experiencing the most powerful spirit of fire. And you're experiencing that in spirit within your own soul. So your soul knows the truth. And when we know what the truth is and you're experiencing that, then you automatically, without fail, because that's a fail safe of knowing that you can do whatever you want to me. Throw all your weapons at me, all your technology. But you will never, ever, ever, ever become what I am until you become what I am, which is to become what love is. So when you're at 4 years of age and you already know this within your own heart and soul, imagine what it's like for a little child to deal with parents that aren't there yet. They don't experience that. So it was like I have to heal everything here. That's what it felt like at 4 years of age. I've got to heal everything that's here. Otherwise, the universe that began with what I am, which is what love is, which goes on forever, gifting electrons at such a high rate of speed, you can't even possibly imagine what it's like to experience that, but I have, and I've had the great blessing to do that here with Mama on this island. When I went out to go visit her and experience, I want to feel your power, the power of your spirit in that magma, the liquid stuff, all that magnetic light, all that voltage. And when you're experiencing and lit up, you realize, my God, this is the universe, the universal transformer. And you love that energy. That's called a benchmark of the energy that the spirit, which is represented by your spirit, which is spirit that is in the energy, is experiencing that powerful energy. So when you love to experience natural, clean, burning, light energy, I don't know of anything that is more powerful in spirit to communicate to me in spirit what my spirit feels in that light. Whoa. Jumping up and down at 12:30 at night on a dirt road where I'm 69 years of age, okay, like a 4-year-old little child, jumping up and down, like doing jumping jacks, and looking at everybody that's there in a crowd of people. There must have been 100 of them because people come from all over the world. Can you feel that goddess energy? Can you feel that goddess energy? Right? With a smiley face, right? Because you got to go quite a ways back then to get out there, either huffing and puffing on a bike or walk. As I remember, it was about a 9-mile walk. I think it was, as I remember, 4.5 miles in and then 4.5 miles back. That's a 9-mile hike, right? And that was a major memory wipe. I had memory in my kneecap where I slipped on some ice in Reno, Nevada. It was held in memory, and I had to walk with a cane because it hurt on the left side. So I needed, some support. That memory was removed out of cellular memory. Okay, so Mama's a healer. That's called a memory wipe. Then you have memory wipes with reprogramming and not being aware of who the programmer is. That is why the one is an eternal gift, which is an eternal blessing, because you're experiencing one because you're on fire. And there's no mistaking what it feels like to experience that with that intensity. And when you're experiencing that intensity, you are with the one. You're with the Godspeed vibration of an infinite love vibration that goes on forever. So you're experiencing the power of creation within yourself. And when you're experiencing that, you realize how creative you are, that there is not anything that is holding you captive. And that's why they go after us using technology, because they don't experience that. And that means that their mind is not free. And the way that the inverted part of that works is that when they put a leash on a collar on something else, that's actually a hangman's noose they're putting on themselves. Okay? That's your Mr. Smiths. So in the federal government, those are known as the agencies. They're Agent Smiths. So when you have operating systems connected to something that is